that once he sees his child, Prince Amar Singh. So you may have heard that they eat rotis made of grass seeds, right? Because they don't even have grains. Even that roti once a wild cat snatches away from the child, and then he thinks that the kind of treatment these my kids used to have in palatial, my kingly palaces and the luxuries they are used to. Now they are even struggling to survive, and even the roti is being snatched away. So he thinks that I'm going to write a letter to Akbar accepting his sovereignty, right? And then he writes a letter actually after to and fro. And Akbar was very happy. Naturally, we see that. So let's see what happens after that. Okay, I don't want to spoil all the fun. So the point, the name of the poem is Patal or Pithal. Patal is basically a nickname for Maharana Pratap. Okay, Pithal is a short name for Prithviraj. So he was another king from another place called Bikaner in Rajasthan, and he was in the court of Akbar because they had already accepted Akbar's kingship. Okay, so but he is very fond of Maharana Pratap because he himself was a Rajput, and he always thought that if there is one shining sun in India, that is Maharana Pratap for Hindu pride. Okay, so as you would know in history that we had a lot of external tribes and external people coming in India. So whenever an external wave comes, there will be always a resistance, right? And the people who are already there, the kingdoms, they would not easily surrender their states. But after a point, assimilation happens. Now today we have very multicultural society, but it's a historic event, right? So we need to see that perspective. Not necessarily Hindus were better or others were bad, but it's just a historic perspective that we need to keep in mind. Okay? So it is written by a very famous poet called Kanhaiya Lal Sethia, who has written a lot of literature in Rajasthan. Okay, so it goes like this: अरे घासरी रोटी ही जत बन पिलावड़ो ले भाग्यो नान्हो सो अमरो चीख पड़ो राणारो सोयो दुख जाग्यो. So he says that even that roti made of grass, that wild cat snatched away, right? नान्हो सो यानी नन्हा सा, छोटा सा, अमरो चीख पड़ो, Amar Singh, he screams, and Rana's the pain which was asleep till now, it woke up, right? हूँ लड़ो घणो हूँ सयो घणो मेवाड़ी मान बचावन में. So I fought long and hard to keep the Mewadi pride alive. हूँ पाछ नहीं राखी रण में बैरियारो रगत बहावन में. So I did not leave anything behind in shedding the blood of my enemies. पण यार करूँ हल्दी घाटी नैना में रगत उतर आवे. सुख दुखरो साथी चेत खड़ो सूती सी भूख जगा जावा. So you may have heard of the battle of Haldi Ghati, right? It's very similar to that 300 soldiers, the Thermopylae battle, right? Wherein a very small bunch of warriors, valiant warriors, outnumbered completely by a large army, but still they fight to their death. It was a similar story, and you should read if you not. So he thinks that if I remember that battle, blood comes in my eyes, okay? And my companion in thick and thin, which is horse Chetak, right? So Chetak was Rana's favorite horse, and he lost that horse as well in the battle, right? So he also wants him. पर आज विलक तो देखूं हूँ जब राजकुमार ने रोटी ने तो क्षात्र धर्म ने भूलूं हिंदवाणी चोटी में. But when I see a prince crying for roti, then I'm forgetting everything. I'm forgetting my Rajputi, the Kshatriya pride, as well as the Hindu, you call Shikha, the choti, right? Because that point of time it was a symbol of Hindu independence. But I'm forgetting all this. महला में 56 भोग जगा मनवार बिना करता कोनी सोनेरी खाया नीलम रे बाजोट बिना करता कोनी. So those princes who would not even eat without a lot of request and eat in a golden thali plate, right? Those a high जगा करता पगला फूलानी कवनी सेजा पर who would sleep on flower beds, right? That kind of delicate prince I have, right? आज रुले भूखा तिसिया हिंदुआने सूरज रात आता. So I am being called as the Hindu son because I am the lone survived king who has not accepted the subordination of Mughals. But even my own kids are like roaming around hungry and thirsty. Okay. सोच हुई तो टूक तड़क राणारी धीम बजर छाती. So king was known to be a very valiant person, brave, but his chest in India, like in Hindi we say that okay 56 inch की शादी, like we must have got that kind of okay, so that kind of hard but it breaks, right. आँखों में आंसू भर बोलिया मैं लिखूं अकबर न पाती, so with tear in the eyes he said that I am going to write a letter to Akbar, पर लिखूं किया जब देखे है आड़ा पर ऊंचो लियो लिया, but he again thinks that how can I write when I see the Aravalli mountains with their head held high, right. मैं जुकूं किया है आड़ मने कुर्रा केसरिया बानारी, how can I go down because I have taken vow to protect the pride of my saffron robes, okay, because Rajputs in that point of time when they go to wars they would wear saffron robes, that was the color of valor, bravery. मैं बुझूं किया हूँ शेष लपट आजादी है परवाना, I am the only remaining flame alive of the freedom fighters, how can I just be extinguished, पर फिर अमर री सुन पुस्किया राणारो हिवड़ो भर आयो, but then again when he listens to the sobbing of Amar his heart swells again, right, melts again. मैं मानो हूँ दिल्ली सने सम्राट सनेसो क्या कहवाए, so he says that okay, O king of Delhi, I accept you as my emperor. He sends that message to Akbar. राणा रो कागज बांच लियो अकबर रो सपनो सो सांचो, Akbar was only waiting for that, that was the only final frontier for Akbar, right, so it was like a dream coming true for Akbar. पर नैन गया विश्वास नहीं जब बांच ने फिर बांचे, okay, so he still cannot believe his luck or the thing which has come to him, so he reads again and again कि आज हिमालय पिघल गयो, कि आज लियो सूरज शीतल, कि आज से सिर डोलियो आ सोच लियो सम्राट निकल, so he says that it looks like the Himalayas have melted, it looks like the sun has cooled down, it's like such an unthinkable thing which has happened. Like you've heard the legend of Sheshnag, right, which holds the earth on his hood, right, there's a big serpent and they say in Hindu mythology that it lives in Patal Lok and it holds the earth, but whenever earthquake happens or whenever a tragedy happens they say that Sheshnag is like shifting, okay, so that's something like similar has happened. सोच लियो सम्राट पीतल बस दूध इशारो पाप हजू पीतल ने तुरंत बुलावन में, so he then wants to call Pithal Prithviraj and rub it into him because although he was his courtier but he always used to say that Maharaja Pratap will never go down to you, he will never surrender, so he said now I will show him, right. किरणार पीतल आप उगियो अकबर रो भरम मिटाओ, so Pithal himself was very he had a lot of aura, like Kirnar means Tejasvi, okay. He just comes and he is very confident that King Akbar may have had some kind of illusion, so I will remove that illusion, okay. भी वीर बानपुड़े पीतल ने रजपूती गौरव भारी हो, वो क्षात्र धर्म रो नेमी हो, राणा रो प्रेम पुजारी हो, I think it makes sense, so he was very fond of this Rajputi pride and he was very affectionate for Maharana Pratap. मैं बांध लियो है पीतल सो पिंजरा में जंगली शेर पकड़, ओ हाथरो कागज है तू देखा फिर सी किया अकड़, so he says that I have tamed the wild lion and I have put him in a cage, right, and see this is the letter in his own hand, now I see that how will you walk with pride, okay. मरडूब चढ़ू भर पानी में बस झूठा दाल बजावे हो, पण टूट गयो भी राणा रो तू भाट बनो बिड़दावे हो, so he says that you take some water in your palm and die in there, right, I think it's a Hindi saying if you have not heard, चुल्लू भर पानी में डूब जाओ, right, it's impossible but that's the whole point, you do something which is that shameful, okay. So that Maharana of him you were singing peals and you were so admiring of Maharana, that Rana's vow I have broken, right. मैं आज बादशाह धरती हो मेवाड़ी पाद पगा में है, अब बता मने कि रजपूती कून रगा में है, he says now I am the king of the earth, बादशाह is बादशाह से आया है, okay, and the Mewadi path which is turban, it is lying at my feet, now you tell me which is the Rajput who has Rajputi blood in their veins, he was that much smug with himself. जब पीतल कागज ले देखी राणारी सागी सैरानी, नीचे से धरती खिसक गई, आंखों में आयो भर पानी, now he sees the letter and he recognizes the handwriting of Maharana Pratap, so the earth moves beneath his feet, right. पर फिर कहीं तत्काल संभल, अब बात सफा ही झूठी है, राणारी बात सदा पूछी, राणारी आन अटूटी है, So he says then that this is all false. Maharana will never surrender. His turban is always held high. लियो हुए हुक्म तो लिख पूछूं राणा ने कागज रेखा कर. So कागज is कागज means letter, right? He says that if you allow me, I will ask Maharana about it. So then Akbar says, ले पूछ मिला ही निकल तू अब बात सही बोले हो. You can ask, but this is the truth. So then Akbar then Peter Prithviraj writes to Maharana Pratap, मैं आज सुनी है नाहरियो स्याड़ा रे सागे सोवेलो. मैं आज सुनी है सूरजड़ो बादलरी ओटा कोवेलो. मैं आज सुनी है चाककड़ो धरतीरो पानी पीवेलो. मैं आज सुनी है हाथीड़ो कुकरी जूना जीवेलो. He says that today I've heard that a lion will sleep with foxes or jackals, right? Siyar. मैं आज so today I've heard that sun will get lost behind clouds. Today I've heard that there's a bird called chatak. So there is a legend in India that that bird never drinks the water from soil or anything. He survives on raindrops and he waits the whole year for the rains to come. Only then he quenches his thirst. Okay. So then he says that I have heard that that bird will today drink water from the earth. And today I've heard that an elephant who walks with pride will live a life that of a dog. Okay. तो भाड़ो हिवड़ो काम पे है मुछारी मोड़ मरोड़ गई. So I mean in India that especially in Rajasthan and Rajputs they used to take a lot of pride in calling their mustache, right? That mooch. Then he thinks that my mustache has gone down. I can't call it anymore, right? And my heart is trembling. पीथल ने राणा लिख भेजो अब बात कटे तक गिना सही. Now oh Rana, you tell me how do we accept this? How reasonable is it for you to do this? Because you are lone surviving hope, right? पीथरी आंखें पड़ता ही राणारी एक डकार हुई. धिक्कार मने मैं कायर हूँ नाहरी एक हुंकार हुई. So when he reads the letter, he like roars, shame on me, I'm a coward, he says to himself. हूँ भूख मरूं, हूँ प्यास मरूं, मेवाड़ धरा आजाद रहे. हूँ घोर उजाड़ा मैं भटकूं मन में मारी याद रहे. So he says that whether I die thirsty or hungry, but my land, which is Mewar, it should remain free. I may roam around in wilderness, complete loneliness, but I will have the memory of my mother, which is my motherland, in my heart. हूँ रजपूतड़ो जाया हूँ रजपूती कर्ज चुकाऊंगा. उसी से बड़े पटपाग नहीं दिल्ली रो मान झुकाऊंगा. So I am a son of Rajputi woman, so I will have to pay that debt. My head may get cut, but my turban will never be lowered. Okay, and I will break the pride of Delhi, which is Delhi Sultanate, Mughals. Peter, क्या चिंता बादल रही जो रोके सूर उगाड़ी ने? सके सिंह रही हाथल बखूब मिलीकर बिचारी ने धरतीरों पानी पीवे इसी चातक री चूंच बड़ी कोनी कुकर री जूना जीवे इसी हाथी री बात सुनी कोनी. So he answers to all these metaphors, which earlier Peter has given him. So he says that what is the capacity of clouds to stop sun from shining? They may come as a curtain on sun, but they can never stop a sun from shining. When did a jackal or a female, Sia, when did she got a kind of womb to give a birth to a son or daughter who can take even a one tight slap from lion, right? I never heard. The beak of the bird chata, which is a Jacobian cuckoo, I think. Okay? I looked it up in fact. So that is not beak to drink water from earth. Okay? And I've never heard of an elephant who would live a life of a dog. Okay? मेवाड़ जब तो अंगारों आँखों में चमचम चमके लो तड़केरी उसकी ताना पर पक पर खानों खड़के लो. So he says that the kingdom of Mewar, it will shine even as a last dying ember. Okay? And it will shine in the eyes of Akbar. There's an instrument called Karka, which is like a nagara. Okay? And when they used to go to wars earlier, the Rajput warriors, they would take all these instruments. And on the beat of the drums, they will swing their swords. Okay? So Khando is Khanda, which is sword. And it will shine and it will slay the enemies. Rakho te muche andori. Okay, you go ahead and keep your mustache twirled. I mean, he gives that kind of an assurance to Peter. Lohiri nadya baha dunga. So I will flow the rivers of blood. Who atat ladula muglasu ujdo mewad basa diunga. I will fight tirelessly with Mughals and I will again re-establish Mewar, which is my kingdom. जब राणा रो संदेश देव पीतल की छाती जुड़ी. So the chest of Prithviraj swells with pride, and his whole pride gets reinstated. Hindwano Suraj chamke ho, Akbar ki duniya suni. But the word of Akbar was like deserted. And the sun, the Hindu sun was shining, right? So that's the snippet, and maybe it's a legend, but it's a very thought-provoking, very emotionally charging, and I find it very uplifting, right? But I would like to hear from you. First, did you understand, and any thoughts, comments, changes? So we read it in our childhood, and today I thought
Thank you. That was just beautiful. I'm from Rajasthan as well, so it's I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, kids, this was a fabulous piece of literature, and I think I think it's so full of. I think you guys learn the literary device allusion. Yes, no. Yes, no.
Yes.
Nobody knows allusion.
Metaphors.
So allusion. Allusion is sort of it is a metaphor, but it is powerful because it attaches the credibility of something else to it. So this is so full of I mean, it's so resonant of that. It's not just allusions to the past mythology, whether it's the bird, so many metaphors that come together. So allusion not just from to mythology and mythological stories, including Sheshnag and all of that, but these are the kind of metaphors from which today, even Hindi movies, Bollywood movies, all of them, Kesariyo, that song, that they derive their allusions from this kind of literature. It is so beautiful, it's so powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Come on, let's see who understood something, and let's share back, because I think the greatest, most gratifying thing to whether it's an author, a reader, a teacher, is when their learners or their audience respond back or ask questions. So let's pay back.
Doesn't he never subdue Chittor again after that? No?
Yeah, so basically he in his lifetime could never conquer back Chittor, but he created another kingdom called Chaman, which was his like maternal place. So he creates that. Even after a few generations, even Mewar surrendered eventually to Mughals. But in his lifetime, he did not. That's the whole point. But even if he always wanted to conquer Chittor, but he could not. He was so short of resources.
I think he had taken a vow that he would sleep on the ground until he gets Chittor back, so he never learned.
Yeah. You know a bit. Yeah. Okay, any other, what kind of feeling it evokes in you? What do you feel when you hear this? Anyone wants to share that aspect? What kind of emotion you are introduced to?
Drop the attitude, people, drop the attitude. Remember that? Drop the attitude, let's share back. Any thoughts? I'm going to go for 3, 2, 1. You. Yes, you. Cold call. How about business school? That's what we do. Cold call when the audience does not respond. Go ahead, share your thoughts. And watching you guys, I'm coming for 2 more after this.
It was heartwarming
Great.
and genuinely nice listening to something.
But I think everyone would understand, right? Largely. Not maybe every word, but great. Okay.
So I didn't understand the entire thing, but like from what I could tell,
Give the voice.
Okay. From what I could tell, they focus a lot on mirror and delivery. So yeah.
So was it wise for Maharana Pratap? Had he accepted the subordination of Akbar, he would have really got a lot of money, resources, and he would be sitting nicely in Delhi, and his kids would also be very comfortable. Right? He was not only putting himself under hardship, which was okay for him, but his entire family, right? And the princes who would not even sleep, he would sleep on flower beds, right? Who would eat in the golden plates. So what about that? What do you think? Maybe you can yourself.
That was very
Was it okay for him to do this?
I mean,
What's your judgment?
if his family was back then maybe it would have made some amount of sense. But if not, it was a very big sacrifice to do for your family. But you also have to know that the male figures were more prominent in those times.
Yeah, that was our society that we have. That's true. Yes.
Like, considering he is never able to get back from that hardship, I don't think it was wise to
So
place
you
his
have a
pride.
20/20 hindsight vision. I'm just talking about only that point of time. That point of time he was hopeful at least.
I
If
don't
not-
still considering he's putting his family under that hardship as well. Which if it was only him, then it's fine because he's making that decision for himself. But he's making the decision for his family also.
This is an interesting dilemma actually, right? But he would not have been known in history as like lone survivor king and an example. So maybe like it's like specimen sacrificing for the species, right? We as a human species or Indian species, we take a lot of pride, right? So I think there are no rights or wrong, and I would not say that he did all the right things.
Ukraine,
Yeah.
should he give up?
So it's a very thought-provoking.
Guys,
Yeah.
Should he give up?
It's a correct example.
his family will be better off.
Yeah, his
He will
country will be
probably get
better off,
refuge.
maybe.
He will probably get refuge and a whole palace likely in America or Germany or wherever else, right? Should he give up?
Yeah. So I read the same point.
Yes, no, guys, come on. Should he give up?
No.